Yo, is that me again or you?
That's you. I have, mine's on vibrate because I'm a fucking pro.
We're good.
And the first episode drops Monday.
Yeah, man.
Christopher Columbus Day. Also Thanksgiving. Great day to drop up. Honestly, actually a great day to drop it.
We'll see what happens. It should be. Yeah.
No, I mean great day, like timely, like because Thanksgiving is a troubled history as well.
Was he part of Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving coming to America, you know, I mean, all that stuff. It's just we didn't really touch on that, but either way, it's Christopher Columbus Day. It just works out nicely.
Yeah, true.
And then, yeah,
True.
natives getting shit on. You know? Okay, that's enough about that. Okay,
good segue.
We're back from another episode of Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history. I'm your host, James Jam Easy Cummins, and I'm here once again with my co-host,
Colin Cummings.
Nice. Sick intro. Nice energy, dog.
Wow, you jumped right in there. That was crazy. You're really good at that. That's amazing. I got to work on that.
What?
That intro, the intro skills.
Yeah, I'm good at the intro, and then it's all downhill from there. You know what I mean? They're like, wow, everyone's ready for a sick podcast, and then by the end of it, it's just like, what?
That's all good.
What? Anyways, today,
bad boys of history, man.
Speaking of bad boys, how about we get a bad girl in the mix? Ooh, are you a bad girl? Are you a bad girl for Christ? Maybe. We're gonna talk about a saint today. Was she a saint? What is a saint? Is she a humanitarian or a evil leader of a big cult or something? I don't know, guys. We're talking about the one, the only Mother Teresa. Now coming to the stage, Mother Teresa.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Hearing that name with that voice that you're saying is crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tipper. She does a lot of hard work for God. So first of all, I do want to talk about the definition of a saint. What do you think a saint is?
Man, you're going that deep, eh? Okay, I always figured sainthood was like you did so much good throughout your like religion or like just throughout your people. Yeah. And then after you passed away, they decided to make you a saint.
True. As a kid, I thought being a saint was like to be a little more than human. Like maybe you had a couple miracles here and there. Like I was wrong about that, but I just remember growing up thinking a saint is like something a little more than human. Like you're a human on earth, but you lived a life that had some miraculous things happen or did some miraculous things. Now
you had a couple of miracles here and there.
Webster's dictionary defines a saint as a person acknowledged as holy or virtuous and typically regarded as being in heaven after death. That doesn't sound too hard.
I'm a saint.
You are a saint.
I'm on the path to sainthood.
Holy and virtuous?
Yeah.
I think I'm holy and virtuous too. And then a second definition is a very virtuous, kind, or patient person. She's a saint to go on living with that man.
What? Why does it have to be that? Why you go like?
You know, but that is a phrase I've definitely heard before. You know what I mean? That guy's a tough guy to deal with. His wife is a real saint.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
You never hear that. Yeah, you hear that with the guys sometimes.
So Mother Teresa, man, I obviously always heard good things about her growing up. I remember like it's like if you were good but you weren't great, sometimes people would say, well, you ain't no Mother Teresa. You think you're all good, but you ain't no Mother Teresa. Like she was like the pinnacle of like being a great person. Like
female Gandhi.
Fair
Straight
enough.
Up.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I made it as.
She wasn't Indian though.
She wasn't?
No, you thought she was?
God damn.
She's like Albanian.
What?
Yeah, she just did her work in India. So she became a nun in 1931, and she served as a nun for over 20 years in the convent school in Calcutta. Okay, we're off to a good start. She's just serving as a nun, right?
In Calcutta.
In Calcutta.
That's
well, okay. So even as a kid, apparently when she was like 9 years old, she knew that she wanted to do missionary work. She knew she wanted to do charity work, and then she became a nun. She just like had that in her, like that's what she wanted to do. She thought that was a great thing to do in life, just be a missionary.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think it all started off as a good reason to get into it. Now, in 1946, there was a war going on between Hindus and Muslims. India was at a real troubled time, poverty all over the place. Yeah. And that's when she said she felt a calling to leave the convent. She said, I had to leave the convent and help the poor while living among them. Like she wanted to leave the convent. She needed to live among the poor. It was an order. To fail would be a break of faith. She believed this was God's plan for her to get out there and live amongst the poor and start helping them on the ground level.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what Martin Luther King did.
So far so good, Mother Teresa.
Yeah, she's right up there. Martin Luther King, she's doing good things.
And so this is when, that was a great thing, and that was 1946. Now in 1949, a group of women came to join her to help her efforts to help the poor, the poorest of the poor. She was out there helping. Like she was all good at this time. But as things got bigger, you know what I mean? As things get bigger, then that's where people's legacy can get a little cloudy.
Yeah.
When you're just helping a couple people, it's like you're being a good person. But when it gets bigger, you get more fame. That's when things can get a little crazy.
Are you saying she got jaded?
Well, so she inspired a lot of charities around the world. Now, this is back in the 40s. So now in the 50s, she started the Missionaries of Charity Foundation. It started off with 13 women, but by 1997, 4,000.
That's pretty cool.
And it was running orphanages, AIDS hospices, and just different charities around the world. She did inspire a big movement to help the poor. Like this is a great thing. Now, here's where we get a little muddy with Mother Teresa. She was getting, because she received millions of dollars in donations. So you would think that she's running a nice place there. But
of course,
man, the conditions in these hospitals, in these hospices for people were fucking appalling. They were disgusting. They were reusing needles on people.
No.
She took out beds and like replaced them with basically like little pallets, like just like a little, like almost like a hammock, but like very uncomfortable thing to lie down in, right?
Yeah.
Like not nice. So these are like, where's all these millions of dollars going, right? That's where people call into question after. But even from outside in, everyone was like, oh, she's doing a bunch of work. She did inspire a lot of charities. And I feel like one thing I noticed with Mother Teresa, I feel like not to skip ahead to the end, but my overall thoughts on her are her legacy is more important than the work she did. The work she did, yeah, it was a little bit like, it wasn't top-notch work.
She's cutting corners.
She was cutting corners. She was definitely cutting corners. But she did inspire charity. Same way, and like you said, female Gandhi. Gandhi inspired a lot of nonviolent movements, a lot of great things. Maybe he wasn't the best humanitarian, but the legacy. The legacy can be more important than the actual work. And I think that is what we're going to find with Mother Teresa as we go.
True.
I forgot to ask you off the top, because usually I do this, is what did you know about Mother Teresa heading into today?
Just, like I said, female Gandhi. I knew that she always helped people, and she like cared for people who were starving. Right? And then I heard slowly that she would like let people starve to death. She was like, it was very, that's what I heard.
Like basically she gave people like the bare minimums to get by. Like she's like, oh, you're poor, you're sick, yeah, come over here. But at the same time, you're not going to be treated like you're getting millions of dollars in charity. That's for sure. You were getting treated like you got a roof over your head, you got somewhere to lie down. And apparently, I don't know if this is true, but like the people that hate on her are saying like, when you got taken into that place, if you were a sick person put in the bed, like they didn't even really let you leave your bed. They didn't have like a yard to walk around in. Like it was pretty much like you're just lying in bed waiting to die and in pain. No painkillers allowed. No painkillers allowed. They were reusing needles. So no painkillers allowed, because she said that, what was her thing? She said that basically pain brings you closer to Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is.
Oh, she said no painkillers. Pain means Jesus is near you. Suffering is an opportunity to share in the passion of Christ. So apparently there was one time where a guy or girl was in a lot of pain, and Mother Teresa said, you know what? Suffering is kisses from Jesus.
Wow.
And the person said, please tell Jesus to stop kissing me.
Is that what the guy said?
Yeah, that's one of the stories.
Wow.
Yeah.
The kisses from Jesus. She's a crazy person. That's a crazy person. No,
Okay.
once we hear that, that's a crazy person. She wanted the people to suffer. Well, not
I
wanted
don't know
them
if she
to,
wanted
but
them
she
to.
was like fine with it because it was like bringing them closer to God.
Is suffering an opportunity to share in the passion of Christ or God or religion? And to be honest, yes, it is. A lot of times, if you're living a life where you have no pain, no suffering, you will never turn over to God and ask for God's help and realize God's blessing.
But pain in terms of a stubbed toe, an ailment, all those things, is that the same? Because usually when they're talking about pain and turning over to God, they're talking about like emotional shit.
True, that's true.
You know, going through that, like they call it the dark night of the soul type shit. Where you're like questioning yourself and all that shit.
That's
right?
true.
Not like belly pain.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, just give him some fucking milk.
Some painkillers, yeah.
Give some painkillers, some
and
penicillin.
And funny thing, running theme with your initial interpretation of the female Gandhi. When she had a heart condition, she went and got the top medical treatment you can get. She went to like one of the best hospitals in the world.
Bro, I love that shit.
Left India, went to Switzerland, got amazing treatment, and was not getting any kisses from Jesus. She's like, you know what, Jesus, I'm good.
No, she's like, you can give that to somebody else.
Yeah. I'm already close enough to God. I don't need this suffering to bring me any closer.
Took a private jet to the best facility.
It's funny when you look at some of like these pictures of Mother Teresa. Like, yes, she's wearing like the nun suit, but we should definitely, for this episode, we should put up as the display pic for it is her wearing sunglasses, just looking like she's in some designer shades, looking like a little bit of a mafioso Teresa.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, so she did let people like starve and be in pain. That's actually wild.
And I bet you're wondering, where did all the money go? Millions of dollars.
I mean,
are you wondering?
I'm kind of wondering, but I feel like I know. I feel like she.
Are you guys at home wondering?
I feel like she took it.
She took it? You think she's just spending money on herself?
I think yeah, her and her family and her peoples.
Well, I'm sure she kept a little bit for herself, but the majority she put in secret bank accounts that ended up going to the Vatican.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They found out she had like a bunch of secret bank accounts that all led to sending all this like tons of money to the Vatican.
She's evil. She's an evil lady.
But then we have to ask, okay, is a saint just a Catholic thing? Is that only like a
No, it can't be. Probably.
Can you be the only reason I ask is because as we go along, as we judge her for what she's done, if she's worth being a saint. Okay, if she's worth being a saint, man, she actually did some major work for Catholicism. I'll say that. Like, her main thing in India was definitely not helping the poor. When it got down to it, it wasn't like she's spending these millions of dollars to make poor people's life easier. What she was doing was making a charity, making money for the church, and turning people over into Catholics. Apparently, while people were in their deathbeds, against their will, they were baptizing them.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. She was like, "You guys are going to be Catholic." so I don't know if it doesn't make her a good person, but doesn't make her a good Catholic, a good crusader of Christ.
That's weird, man. Because it's only in Catholicism. It says Eastern Orthodox, but yeah.
So then maybe she's
Orthodox,
Lutheran
doctrine.
Not a humanitarian, but definitely could be considered a saint.
She was of course. In the Catholic world, in that whole clique, that would be a saint. She was bringing numbers.
She's
bringing numbers.
She was
bro.
like the top sales guy of, you know what I mean?
She's like, fuck all that baptizing when they're born. We're gonna baptize them as they die. That way we can just knock them right out.
What's
Bang,
that?
Send them right to heaven.
What's that movie about selling stuff? You know what I mean? Alan, Gary, and Ross or whatever. What's it called again?
Oh, the ABC, always be closing.
Her thing was ABB, always be baptizing. No matter what, you don't want to be close to Christ. You're getting there.
She's just walking around with a super soaker in that place.
You're going to heaven, bitch. I'm like, there's people that were Hindu, didn't want any part of being a Catholic.
Of course,
they're dying on the street. She picks them up. She puts them in a bed. They're like, "What am I doing here?" And she's like, "No, you're getting baptized." Like, that was happening.
She's like a mafia.
Mafia for the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She was a hardcore recruiter. Like, fucking same way people come to your door and they say, hey, do you want to learn about Jehovah's Witness? She was like...
She would knock on your door and just spray you in the face and be like, hey, you're Catholic now.
Well, the problem is you didn't have a door because you were poor. And she would just pick you up and go baptize you.
She was just driving around in fucking blacked out trucks, just picking people up.
And when somebody... So when, like, a journalist confronted her about, like, yo, you're not really helping the poor over here. Like, what's good? She apparently said that she wasn't trying to alleviate poverty. She's like, I'm not a social worker. I do it for one reason. Christ. Make more Catholics.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's
Really?
what she said when a journalist confronted her about, you know what I mean? Like, because if you're hearing that millions of dollars are getting donated to this lady's charity, and then you go to look at the conditions and you see it's like, it's not much better than living on the street.
Yeah.
Like, it's, yes, you get a bed, but you don't get medicine to make your pain easier. You get prayers and you get baptized.
They just bring you in so you get baptized. That's it.
That's her whole thing. Make more Catholics. So yeah, man.
Wow.
Yep. Even when obviously India has had some natural disasters in her lifetime. She never offered any aid with her millions in charitable donations. Just prayer and medallions.
Yeah, she's just like, listen, if you're not Catholic, you're not tapping into this shit.
But when I read that, I'm like, wow, just prayer and medallions. Wow, that's bullshit. But
how these medallions look.
Let's hear about these medallions. It's not. Let's hear about the medallions. It's not about what they look like. It's about what they did.
Are they like big old belt buckles? She's handing out Louis V medallions and shit.
Let's talk about miracles here. So,
miracles, really.
Mother Teresa has 2 miracles on her record. Yeah, let's go back to the pros for a second here. Yes, the hospitals are crazy, not nice. Yes, she siphoned a bunch of money to the Vatican. All she gave was prayers and medallions when shit was going down. But what did the medallions do for people? Okay, so there's two miracles that she's been accredited for, like, that are miracles.
Okay.
Now, in 2008, a Brazilian was close to death. An infection had his brain with abscesses and accumulating fluid. His worsening condition made him fall into a coma. His wife, Fernanda, prayed to Mother Teresa for help. Now, a priest gave Fernanda a relic of Mother Teresa. When the couple got married, she put the relic on her husband's head where he had the tumors and recited a prayer. In the last-ditch effort to save his life, he was sent into surgery to drain the fluid from his brain. But before the operation, he miraculously woke up and he said, "What am I doing here?" And he was okay.
What? That's the miracle? Wait. And where they put the medallion on his head?
Yeah.
Like on his brain?
Just under his pillow, and they prayed.
And that was it.
Yeah, that's one of them. Wait, you're not impressed by that?
I guess. I don't know. Like what does science say it was? Do they have anything?
Science says miracle. They called that a miracle. It was a miracle. He had tumors in his head. They prayed over it, put the medallion under his pillow, prayed to Mother Teresa, and he was all of a sudden okay.
Wait. She was dead when this happened?
When did Mother Teresa die?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was dead.
Bro, you don't have internet on there? On your computer?
But I feel like it's easier to do it this way, no?
Such a millennial, bro. But I'm doing the same thing.
I'll tell you about the other miracle while you...
1997 she died.
Okay, yeah. So
in Calcutta.
Wow.
How dope is that? Calcutta ate her up. I shouldn't say how dope is that.
How dope is that?
I'm sorry, Mother Teresa.
Yeah, so the other one is a French girl who said touching a medallion from Mother Teresa healed her ribs. She had been broken in a car accident. But this healing didn't happen quick enough to be seen as miraculous, so they didn't actually count that one.
Yeah, she touched it, and then 12 weeks later, her rib was healed.
Yeah. I know, it just healed at a regular pace. And then there's one other one. A Palestinian girl recovered from bone cancer after seeing Mother Teresa in a dream. But the church waits several years to ensure that there's no reoccurrence. So we're still waiting now to see if that one's a miraculous recovery.
So these miracles happened after she died then?
That's when
2008?
Yeah. That's when miracles happen, don't they?
Well, no. I mean, if you're gonna say somebody's performed, like when they say Jesus performed miracles, it's not when he was dead.
Yeah, but that's Jesus, man. We can't all be like Jesus.
Well, she was trying to step up there. Obviously,
No.
she was going hard. She was going hard.
I don't know, man.
She I won't say she went harder than Jesus, but she was going pretty damn
No one goes harder than Jesus.
She was going hard, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So afterwards, whatever. Yeah, I guess they're miracles. I don't think so.
I don't know. It's debatable.
Because that girl that had a dream, she could have just like had a dream. Like maybe she was just like, Mother Teresa, help me, and then she saw her in a dream. And
I swear there was one other one I had written down, but where is this?
Oh, what was that girl's problem when she saw Mother Teresa in a dream?
When she saw Mother Teresa in a dream, she had bone cancer,
And it went away.
It was but they have to. But sometimes cancer does go away, right? So
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, she saw her in a dream. Okay, she had bone cancer. Saw Mother Teresa in a dream, but the church waits several years to ensure before, so there's no reoccurrence.
These guys are reaching, man.
The other one is, where's the other one?
These are reaches.
No, that's the first. Where's the first miracle? Mother Teresa's first miracle. Oh yeah, this one's good.
She made
in
millions.
1998. Monica Bursa went to a missionaries charity home in West Bengal, India.
Okay.
As she had a fever, headaches, vomiting, and swollen stomach. She had begun treatment for tuberculosis the year before. However, the medications she'd taken intermittently depending on what her family could afford. Okay, so she couldn't really afford it. So they hadn't kept the lump was growing in her abdomen. Surgery was deemed necessary, but she was too weak and unwell to undergo it. So after she started praying to the missionaries of the charity, and what did she have? A photo of Mother Teresa and a medallion that was touched by Mother Teresa's body. This one was nice. You know what I mean? This medallion was great.
She had that fire pack medallion.
So they put that fire. Yeah, they put that top notch medallion on her belly, where the thing was growing inside her belly, right? And a sister said a prayer while asking Mother Teresa for help. Bursa awoke early the next day to find her tumor, abracadabra, had disappeared.
You know what? I don't think any of these are Mother Teresa. I don't think any of these are miracles. You know why? Because she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't heal people. She didn't have a track record of healing people, did she? Why all of a sudden now, when she's up in heaven and all of a sudden she's healing, wouldn't she like be like, nah, I'm going to have that person come up here all Catholic?
Okay. I hear that. But you know who did heal people?
Who?
Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. And maybe the fact that she turned so many people over to Catholicism, when they pray to Mother Teresa, he's like, oh, you're talking about my main bitch? My bottom bitch? The one that turned all these people over to Christ, you know what I mean? Whether they liked it or not, of course I'm going to heal your tumor.
Oh, you think it's like that?
Well, yeah. Jesus is a good
hears
guy.
it. He's like, all right, let's do that. And like Mother Teresa's behind him, like, let him die. Let him die. Let him, Jesus, let him die. Hold on.
Science looked into that one, and they said that she could have been cured by medicine, but there's no way that mass could have went away that quickly as it did. So it was a miracle. Science looked into it.
I love the idea of science looking into miracles.
Science is like, was that a miracle? Fuck, it was. Maybe God does exist. God damn it.
They're like, don't say that, Johnson.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yo, Mother Teresa, Mary Mother Teresa, that's not her name.
No one's. Yeah. When you become a nun, you don't get you choose like a name. So she chose the name Therese because it was like basically like the patron saint of missionary work, but she changed it to Teresa because there was too many people named Therese in her convent already.
But she called herself Mother Mary, like Mother Mary Teresa.
Oh, I don't know.
That's insane.
Was her original name Mary though?
No, look, that's her original name.
What's her original name?
She's fucking Albanian. What Albanians?
Anges, Gonjes, Bolje. Hey.
That was a solid try though.
Go, you try.
Okay, it's Angies, Gonye, Paecho.
Yeah, something about that second word makes us speak a little Chinese, but
Man, so she just chose a name. This is like a rap crew. This Catholicism shit.
oh,
You
didn't
get
know that?
in, you get to choose a nickname.
Yeah, I got a nickname.
Do you?
When you get so I wouldn't call myself a Catholic anymore, but when you get to grade 8, you have a thing called confirmation.
Yeah.
Confirmation, you know what that is?
I've heard about it, but let me reset while you explain
so
it.
a confirmation is
Yeah.
basically confirming that you're going to be Catholic. You're in grade 8 now. You know everything. You know what I mean? When you're a baby, you get baptized. You didn't get a choice in that. When you're in grade 1, you get first communion.
Yeah.
That's taking that body of Christ on the tongue.
Good Lord.
When you think about
this
that,
is why you don't say pause, because you've been talking about shit like this.
when you think
from
about
time.
that, though, isn't that a little fucked up? It's like you're grade 1 now. You're old enough to put Jesus in your mouth. Isn't that a little bit fucked up? No wonder priests are getting these weird ideas. They're like, well, if they're old enough to put Jesus in their mouth, then they're old enough to put Father Ted in their mouth.
I'm the next best thing.
Yeah, so that's fucked up. That's a whole nother story. Catholic Church, you crazy bastards.
Oh no.
Maybe they didn't deserve those hundreds of millions of dollars that were supposed to go to charity.
Right.
And instead, they went to fucking covering up pedophiles. That's a whole story for another day.
That's what that money she had. Well, I won't say it all went to that, but yeah, if it went straight to the Vatican, that's wild.
Yeah, it did.
How much money was it?
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Actually?
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
For her to just let people wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just to let people
like
die.
she did inspire. She did open orphanages. She did have hospices, but they were bad conditions. And yeah, hundreds of millions of dollars in secret bank accounts of the Roman Catholic Church.
That's wild.
But
wild.
Get back to the confirmation. So yeah, you get baptized as a baby. First communion, grade 1. Now, grade 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't have to prove I'm with you, God. You know what I mean? I already did it. I think I'm eating the fucking thing every Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I'm putting body of Christ. Okay, yes, amen. I'm confessing my sins once in a while, telling the priest, whatever. But now in grade 8, it's like, are you really about that life? Do you want this Catholic shit? You're old enough to decide. How old are you in grade 8? 13? 12?
Yeah, you're 13.
You're practically an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So then they say, hey, are you sure you want to be Catholic? Come get confirmed. So confirmation. You're confirming that you're Catholic. So
that's like the priest thing?
That's when you choose your rap name.
Really?
And mine's St. Patrick.
Actually?
Yeah. James Clark St. Patrick Cummins. So you basically choose your favorite.
Patrick, that's the most Irish thing ever.
Obviously, that's why I chose him.
Wow.
So you choose a saint name, and that's the one that I chose. Everyone can choose theirs. So Mother Teresa chose Mary Teresa, I guess.
She chose Mother Mary.
Yeah.
Like, isn't Mother Mary like Mother of Jesus?
Well, they say, okay, so no, she was a sister. She was Sister Teresa up until the 1950s, where she chose to go do her own thing, like leave the convent and actually just live with the poor. That's when they say she left being a sister and she became a mother. She became Mother Teresa.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's weird,
because she did bigger things. The thing is, she did do big things. Like she did siphon money into the Catholic Church, but the fact that she started this whole charity movement, it is good. It is good.
It is.
Her legacy is
like,
great.
Like, I guess she opened up some shit, but like, it's a little wild.
She does have statues.
The money to the Vatican is crazy.
Yeah, especially as time goes on, you only learn more and more about corruption in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, give me your thoughts on the Vatican. You probably know more than I do.
I don't want to give too many thoughts about the Vatican. It's its own city. It's very big and it's very privileged. Like, you gotta, like, I think the people from there have their own passports and stuff. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Why is that?
It has
everything you just said there was not bad. It's its own city and they have their own passports.
But they're inside. They're inside a place. It's literally like somebody being like in Toronto and being like, okay, now we're not its own city. Sorry, it's its own country.
Yeah. The Vatican's inside of Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's its own country.
But tell me tell me.
That's bad.
How is that bad?
Because it's a religious entity, and it's just taking up land, saying, "Yo, this is ours, and we're not a part of this, and we're here, and we have all this artwork from all these places, and we don't have to explain how we got it." And
I don't think that's the bad part.
We don't have to explain any of this shit. They have to explain nothing. It's crazy, and I don't think they pay taxes, which is even more wild. Oh yeah, because it's a religion. It's just
why would they pay taxes?
Because they're a country now.
But they're their own country, so why would they have to pay themselves taxes?
Yeah, you gotta like pay. You gotta.
I think they do pay themselves with other charitable donations.
Bro, yeah, and then oh my god, like yeah, that's weird, man. That's like an outside entity being inside the country, and it's taking money from all the citizens. 10%. That's tithes. 10%.
Oh,
you don't know
what?
Like when you have to pay your tithings at like church and shit.
Like there's a theory like you don't have to, but
yeah, but the theory is 10%.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so like imagine that's happening. Like let's say 50% of all Catholic people are doing it, and let's say only 10% of that money goes to the Vatican all the time. That's a lot of money.
Now that gets me thinking about like these mega churches and preachers. That's not even Catholic. That's more like Christian, but the same idea of making the preacher rich. You know what I mean? People have a problem with that. I personally do not. I'm not a religious person, but I do have love for these preachers that know how to fucking preach. Like these guys. So a couple years ago, when I was like very depressed, whatever, and I came home and it was like 3-4 in the morning. It was like 4 in the morning, maybe. I was feeling sad, whatever. I turn on the TV and I see a TV preacher. Joel Osteen. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, of course. That's the one I was thinking about.
Joel Osteen. And man, you want to talk about a motivational speech? This guy's looking in the camera, telling you that life's gonna get better, and this and that. Yeah. And I was like, and that made me feel better, and it made me feel like having God in my life more, not religion. Like I wasn't like, oh Jesus this, Jesus that, but just being like, you know what, God is good. Be thankful, be grateful.
Yeah,
life can get better. So what these guys do, even though I came to the point where like I can't really listen to Joel Osteen anymore because it's just very repetitive. But there's another guy, Stephen Furtick. You ever heard of him?
No.
Okay, so he has a.
Is he a young preacher? Like a cool looking guy?
He's a cool looking guy. Yeah. He wears like ripped jeans and stuff.
I know who it is.
Any of you guys out there, follow the account Preachers and Sneakers on Instagram. You ever heard of that?
No. Why?
So for all these guys that are rich pastors, basically like. They'll show like how they're wearing like $1,000 shoes or whatever, Yeezys and stuff. You know what I mean? Preachers and Sneakers. Check it out. But a lot of people hate on them. They're like, oh, you shouldn't be preaching and spending all this money on clothes. But Joel Osteen, Stephen Furtick, these guys, yeah, they make millions of dollars, but I think they deserve it. They're straight up.
They do, but they should pay taxes.
They're so good at what they do, and they make people want God in their life. They make people want to do better in their life.
It's
like a motivational speech. It's
Tony Robbins.
It's like Tony Robbins
has arguably done more than Joel Osteen in turning people to higher powers because he always talks about higher power,
and he's rich too,
and he pays taxes.
Okay, you're really getting hung up on the taxes.
That's because
Mister. Why don't you go sit on Uncle Sam's lap? Because that's little bitch, after what the government has done to your people. Because you're all defending. Oh, why can't we pay more taxes?
Because if you're like you're not opening your church to hundreds of people who are in need when there's floods and everything or natural disasters, but you talk all that big shit about doing that for people. You're not paying any taxes. You're charging all this money for people to sit and hear about God. You're doing all this stuff. It's a very beneficial system for him and not even for the country. Like that's not right.
Do they charge money to come sit there?
What? Joel Osteen?
Is it?
Whoa. Dog, it's like a Tony Robbins ticket. You pay like front row? Bro, it's like Super Bowl money.
Oh, okay. Because I've been to Elevation Church and like
how do you think they're making the money?
Like passing the
he has like
passing the collection plate around.
No, bro, he has like a huge place. I want to say it's like I don't want to say arena. What's it bigger?
No, his is.
It's an arena size.
It used to be where the Houston Rockets play.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so he has all that, and when you get to the front rows, bro, that's money, and they pay like a season.
Yeah,
like those people make sure, and you know why they pay so much? Because certain people won't be able to pay so much. So certain people can't get in. Like a rich friend of mine told me as he became a millionaire, he was like, I'm not paying this price because like I think it's a good price. He's like, I'm paying this price because I know there's people that can't. So I know I'm going to be around certain types of people.
Wow.
And that's what those people tend to do. And I think that's crazy. It's crazy. Go look up how much a ticket is, bro. Front row.
Okay.
Joel Osteen.
Anyways,
First of all, it's sold out. It's sold out.
Yeah, it is sold out.
100%.
And because he's killing every.
He's a killer.
He starts off with a joke every week.
Yeah, we
I
can't
like to start off with a joke.
Yeah, he's a killer. He kills no matter what. We can't argue that. From a comedian standpoint.
Oh man, I can think of one of the jokes off the top of my head. Is I like to start off with a joke. Let's say who's the my aunt. She likes to pray. She prays out loud. She prays real loud. She prays real loud. And her neighbor's an atheist. Her neighbor's an atheist. He hates it. He hears her praying all day. He hates it. And one day he heard her praying. She couldn't afford her groceries. So he hears her, and he decides he's gonna go and buy her groceries. Puts it on her doorstep. She comes outside. She's like, oh God, thank you. You answered my prayers. The atheist pops out. He's like, God didn't answer your prayers. I bought those just to fuck with you, whatever, to prove that God's not real. I bought those for it. She says, oh God, thank you. You got me the groceries, and you even made the devil pay for it.
Wow.
And then everyone laughs.
I bet everybody in that crowd loved that.
Zing and zang.
They were like, oh shit.
Fucking.
Do you think people were in the crowd?
The funny thing is, I've heard two preachers do that same joke.
Really?
And one of them said it was like his aunt, and one of them said it was like an old story about somebody else. So
they're lying and they're biting each other's jokes. This community's horrible.
They're preaching on the same book too. Can you believe it? But yeah, no, Joel Osteen. Yeah, I'm over him. He's very repetitive.
But I do like him. Like just to say, I do
motivational.
Yeah, when I listen to his stuff, I do like it.
But no, if you really want to listen to some shit, Stephen Furtick, highly recommend Elevation Church. I've been to the church, and I didn't have to pay to get in. There is a collection plate that goes around, and they do encourage putting money in it, obviously. But
of course,
I have no problem with these guys getting rich. Like, if I was a millionaire, after I feel like God saved my life, and knowing that I listen to these preachers, I'm not religious. I'm not into like. I'm not saying Jesus did everything. I think they're all just good stories that have a message. But Stephen Furtick, I would probably give some money to. And honestly, I'd probably throw a little something to Joel Osteen just because of that one day that I came home and he made me start thinking differently.
Well, what about like the guy who's like, I don't know his name, but you can see him like back when we would watch TV. He was selling like handkerchiefs that were blessed, and they're like $700 each.
I don't like that.
Like that, like, you know what I mean? Like there's way more of that going on than Joel Osteen type shit.
That stuff is
Furtick guy
preying on people's desperation to get some God in their life. Like that's people that feel like so desperate, like, oh, maybe if I get that, life will get better. Nah, fuck all that. I like these guys that are like basically like they're telling you how to. They'll give you a story from the Bible and tell you how it makes sense today and how you can use that in your life. Okay, cool. It's just a good message. And then they say once a year, Stephen Furtick will preach hard on the donation thing, like, you know what I mean, which is fine, whatever. Like you got to make money, and I've watched like YouTube videos trying to take him down, saying, oh, how he has this big house, like a drone flying over his house showing like how much shit he has. But I'm like, I don't give a fuck. He deserves it, man. He does great work. He is. Other preachers have called him the best communicator of this generation. Like
what?
Stephen Furtick, you got to check him out. And I'll recommend an exact sermon for you that I always recommend to people to get into, and it's called Making Moves.
Stephen Furtick?
Yeah, Furtick. If we did a pros and conquerors on him, I'm going to ride for him 100%. You can't tell me this guy's not great.
I've seen this guy.
But anyways, guys, if you need a little inspiration in your life, whether you believe in God, you could be a total atheist and just be like, take God out of the equation and just think about, or you could be any religion and just put your God in there. The point is the message is just good. The message is fucking good.
Well, the message is always good. I mean, that's
because God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good.
Okay.
You know that one?
What is that from?
That's just something they do in church. Sometimes they say God is good, and the crowd goes all the time.
Oh,
and
really?
all the time, God is good.
Wow.
When I say God, you say it's good. No, they don't do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
It's good.
Oh, I can't find his net worth. I wanted to see it, but I'm sure it's up there. But it's all good.
Oh, really? His net worth's not up there? I wonder what Mother Teresa's net worth was. Can you check that out?
Ooh, god damn.
Mother Teresa's net worth at time of death. But allegedly, like, she didn't hold any of the money. Like, she wasn't really... She was probably living okay, but what's this? Yeah, man, fucking... but she was more so just making money. She was... ride or die. She really was God's bottom bitch. She was out there straight up baptizing people like crazy, making all this. She made so many Catholics, and she made the Catholic Church so much money. And for that reason, she should be sainted.
Yeah, well, yeah, in their eyes, 100% she should be sainted.
In their eyes, and those are the only eyes that matter. Saints is a Catholic thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So where?
Exactly.
So yeah, there's.
It's just like the argument we had last time about who's a freedom fighter and who's a terrorist in whose eyes, right? It's like, yeah, she's a saint. Of course she is. Anybody, listen, if somebody wired us $200 million right now, they're a saint. They get inducted into sainthood.
True.
I'm naming my daughter after them.
I'll love them forever.
Yeah.
I'll remember them forever. Even in comedy, there's like one guy, and I'll shout him out, Dave McGinnis, man. I love this guy.
Yeah.
When I first started doing comedy, he liked me a lot. He thought I was funny, and he started putting me on shows, and he was the first person to do it. And regardless of any other things anyone else good or bad has to say about him, I'll always remember that as the first person that actually looked out for me. Like not just his show either. He's like, oh, I also know this guy that runs the show. I'll vouch for you there. Like just somebody that was helpful for me. And it was because I'm funny, but at the same time, I'm recognizing that as a nice thing that he did. And I'll always call that guy. I always look out for him too. Whenever I put something out, I always reach out to him, put him on it. And that his little bit of, what do you call it? Not gratitude. What did he give? Not charity, but generosity. His little bit of generosity to me at that time, starting out, I've been returned to him tenfold.
Yeah, of course.
And will continue to. And
so he's like God.
He's my Mother Teresa, I guess, you know.
Yeah, right. Like if you put God in place of McGinnis, as you're saying.
Not really, no.
Because he gave you so much. He helped you. He gave you this.
So who am I? Am I Mother Teresa? And then
well, I guess it depends.
I'm siphoning money into his church.
If you start doing it, yeah. If you start going hard for the Lord of comedy, and you kind of do. You've said to me many times, you're like, you'd be really good. You should focus on your stuff. You converted me. You wanted to convert me.
Oh, I'm converting. Okay, sick. Yeah, and I'm taking donations and I'll send them to Dave.
Sick.
No, I'm not sending them to him.
10%, just 10%.
10%, sure. I'll give him 10%. He's a good guy. Yeah, man. So yeah, fucking. As far, okay. So, do Christians deserve money? Yes.
Yeah. I think everybody
I rate preachers. I think if you're a great preacher,
I just don't like when they trick people. Like there's so many people who are like poor, and this goes in like many religions. Many religions have this where the people are super poor, but they have this thing of like suffering as being closer to God.
Yeah.
So they have no problem giving up their money. Like I have a friend. I think he has like 7 siblings, and his parents can't afford to give 10%, but like they still do. And it makes their financial situation terrible, like absolutely terrible.
Yeah. And I'll say sometimes I hear this guy preaching.
So it's like, when does it come back? Is like the question, because it can't just come back in God all the time.
No, they'll tell you stories about how it comes back. I don't know if they're true.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't know if they're true, but I've heard so there's the giving season where they start doing all this preaching about giving, and like even if you don't have it, you should still give it because like it's just you just should apparently, right? And sometimes I listen to those stories and I'm like, buddy, you should not be telling people to do this right now. Like that part I don't really agree with. But like I said, if I did have a lot of money, I would give him just because I'm like, this guy's sick of preaching. He does a great job.
Well, yeah, if it's brightening up your life and you have a lot of money, that means you're like in a good place in life. So like, why not? I would do that too. Fuck. Yeah. I'd pay for some kid's college if I fucking had the money to do it.
Yeah, man. I played the Lotto Max. I didn't win.
Was that your plan? You're like, man, I can't wait to fucking hand out some money.
I thought about some good things I would do with it. I'm like, I'm not going to be... And I honestly thought, I'm like, even if I win $70 million, I'm still going to go to work on Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a nice thing.
Because I don't hate my job, and I'll keep doing it until if my boss started being like a dick to me, then I'd be like, I don't need this. But at the same time, why don't I just keep going to work? What am I going to do? Like nothing. Like especially in a pandemic,
bro,
I might as well just keep driving the truck.
I'm not working at all if I win the lottery. I'm done. Straight up done.
What are you gonna do?
Just starting a podcast network.
True. Then
that's it.
Fair enough. Maybe I'll do that too.
Like that's all I would focus on.
Okay, if I win money, we'll do one together.
You want? You down?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I told you, man. Let's get rich or die trying.
You know who's also good?
50
that
Cent.
I didn't really. Yeah, he's sick. But the guy who converted, or not converted, but like helped Justin Bieber, I think his name's Carl Bentz.
Okay.
Something like
that. I've heard him on like a podcast before.
I heard him on Impulsive, actually.
Yeah, I think that's where I heard him.
Yeah, and I actually liked him. I liked how he was like his point of view.
The
whole thing, and how he was talking about God, and how he was like
more progressive Christians.
Yeah. He was framing it cool.
And that's the thing. I'm more down with Christianity than Catholicism. Catholicism is way more like strict, and you never hear a priest that's like, oh wow, like I guess I've had a good priest when I was younger, but it wasn't like. Not like a Christian preacher. A Christian preacher will make you like, holy fuck, I never thought about the Bible that way.
True.
Catholic is more like they're gonna just give you there's just a way to do the service, and it doesn't really divert that much.
True. They're like just come and get this. Okay?
Yeah.
Just take this truth.
And
get the fuck out.
We had one good, like, not progressive, but like different. Like he had a different way of presenting the Bible, and like made it a little more fun and everything.
Yeah.
This guy was a great priest. I loved him. His name was Father Keith. But then he disappeared for a little bit, right? This is back when I used to get forced to go to church every Sunday. Like my parents were, where my mom was like really about that, right?
Disappeared.
And he disappeared for a bit, and everyone missed him because all the kids liked him, especially too. Not in that way. So don't. He didn't disappear for that reason.
No.
But around Christmas time, like he was just a fun guy. He'd bring all the kids up, and it would be like kids say the darndest things. He'd be like, remember kids say the darndest things?
Yeah.
He'd bring kids up, and he'd be like, oh yeah, what are you doing for your sister for Christmas?
Who's the host of Kids Say the Darndest Things?
Mr. Bill Cosby.
Oh, okay, your preacher's odd.
So, anyways, this guy Father Keith, he would have fun. It would make church a little more fun. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. Out of all my years of going to Catholic church, that's the only guy that ever made it fun.
True.
Anyways, disappeared for a while, especially so all the kids were like, "Man, I miss Father Keith. Going to church sucks again, right?"
Yeah.
Comes back a couple months later, and he's like, "Oh, I have to apologize to the church." Basically, he was taking church money and going to gamble with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was his thing, but I don't give a fuck about that. Go ahead, gamble, Father Keith. Like you take a vow of celibacy. You're not fucking kids. You're making church fun. Go fucking bet on black.
That's true. Yeah, I guess if you're not fucking kids, but you know what?
I guess if you're not fucking kids, you can steal some money.
He's like, if I can't steal money, I gotta fuck kids. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's one or the other. Father Swabic over there is touching a little boy, and Father Swabic didn't touch any little boys as far as
that's what. Did he stand in front of the whole congregation?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he just admitted it. He's like,
the reason I haven't been here for a while, because he loved the church and the church loved him. He was the only guy that ever made church fun. Like straight up, he was a fucking good priest.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Hey guys, I've been taking money.
Yeah. The reason I
gambling.
Yeah. I have a gambling problem, and I've been using church money to deal with that, to spend on that gambling problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did everybody take that?
Like I remember I was young at the time, but I definitely remember my parents being like they liked him. Like they were mad at him for it. They're like, this sucks because Father Keith, like my dad didn't like going to church either. So he's like I'd rather just let that guy be the priest. Fucking, you know what I mean? We'll get over it. But they moved him to I don't know if they made him not allowed to be a priest or they just moved him to another church, the way they do. Right?
Bro, they fucking moved into a church in Nevada, bro, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's get you a little closer to that fucking. No, but that's the fucked up thing. The church is more worried about their money than they are the kids. Like, because chances are it looks like they suspended that guy and just didn't move him. Like when you touch a kid, they're like, oh, let's move you to a different county.
Yeah.
When you steal money from the church, they're like, nah, you can't be a priest anymore.
Right.
Isn't that fucked?
Yeah.
Catholic church, get the fuck out of here. Anyways.
So did you grow up Catholic or Christian?
Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like deep in it, like Catholic, like you went to like Sunday school and shit.
Probably a couple times, but nothing crazy like that. No, more so just had to go to church on Sunday and went to Catholic school, got baptized, got communion, got confirmed,
True.
Did confession once or twice a year.
Did you?
Yeah. I remember in like grade 7, grade 8 when guys started masturbating and like everyone was like stressed about, oh, should we confess this to the priest?
Tell him?
Should we tell him? Are you gonna tell him? I didn't tell him.
No, man, you don't tell him.
No, I was like, I'm mean to my sister sometimes. I lie to my parents, and stupid shit like that. I didn't,
And he was just like, "You're all good."
He's like, "Go say 10 Hail Marys and 3 Our Fathers, and tell your parents what you're lying about."
Oh yeah.
I think so. Like it was like something about school or something like.
Oh, you got to confess to your parents too.
Like,
That's bullshit. Aren't you just supposed to confess to him?
I know,
and
I
he
know.
just
Isn't
wipes
it
his
good enough
hands?
for God? Is he not good enough? Are you saying my parents are more important than God? No, but
Whoa,
you're supposed to honor thy father and mother.
So you have to like go back to the guidelines.
The 10 Commandments. Don't covet thy neighbor's wife, you jerk.
Don't look at my wife. Don't kill people.
Don't kill people. Don't steal. Let's see if we can get them all. Honor thy mother and father. Don't murder. Don't steal. Don't covet thy neighbor's wife.
Don't be jealous. Is that something?
I don't know.
Gluttony?
No, now you're thinking of the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't have any religion.
I know the 10 crack commandments. Never get high on your own supply.
I only know that one.
What? That's the only one?
Yeah, that's the only crack commandment I know. And I never followed it.
I know, it's hard. Every time I've had drugs to allegedly sell, I definitely get high off my own supply. All right, the 10 commandments. I am the Lord, your God. You shall worship the Lord, your God, and him only shall you serve. That's an aggressive first commandment, eh?
Guys, when are we just going to admit it, okay? These are people. These are people that were like just above us. That's all this is. There was no God.
Isn't that a crazy first one? Yeah.
It has to be people. Why would a God say this?
The second one, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. It's like, okay, God, we get it. You're the best. Like the first 2 commandments are so like
so narcissistic.
Number 3, remember to keep holy on the Sabbath day.
Okay.
What's that mean?
You got to observe the Sabbath.
Okay.
Like Friday.
Go to church, whatever.
No, like Friday to Saturday, you don't do nothing. No.
Honor your father and mother. You should, like, I feel like this one should be more near the top. You shall not kill. Like, okay, like, can we not make that more of a priority?
People. It was a dad.
Don't commit adultery. Don't steal. You shall not bear false witness. What's that mean?
Don't lie.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it meant like you can't say, "Oh, I saw God," but you didn't really, you know.
Yeah. That's what it would be.
Don't covet your neighbor's wife, and you shall not covet your neighbor's goods.
You shall not covet your neighbor. Yeah,
so
don't look at my shit and be like, yo, I like that shit.
Ooh, okay, those are good.
There's
some good ones in there. There's definitely some good ones in there.
These are intelligent.
Don't fuck my wife.
This has to be like intelligent.
You're looking at my wife. Ooh, don't rub your hands in your lips when you look at my wife.
This is like a guidelines for like test subjects. Like, hey guys, just follow this and let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
And just for fun, let's look up the 10 crack commandments as well. Since we're getting all holy.
Yeah, if we're going to get all holy, we might as well.
All right, the 10 crack commandments.
Just pick one.
Rule number 1. Oh, this is so small.
It's so small. What the fuck?
That's what she said. Holy fuck.
That one too. What the fuck's going on? Oh, god damn. Yeah, reset those cameras.
Okay, reset those cameras. 10 crack commandments brought to you by the notorious B.I.G. R.I.P. B.I.G. Let's get a... Okay. Oh, this is so... What the fuck, yo?
Why is it so small, man?
Why is it so hard to find the 10 crack commandments and so easy to find the 10 commandments? You know?
Right?
You ever thought about that?
Click on that one.
This one?
That one.
This one. All right. Number 1, never let no one know how much dough you hold. Because you know, the cheddar breed jealousy, especially. If that man fucked up, get your ass stucked up. I hope there's no N-words in here. Number 2, never let them know your next move. Don't you know bad boys move in? Silence and violence. Take it from your highness. I done squeezed mad clips at these cats for the bricks and the chips. So yeah, pretty much number 1 and number 2 go hand in hand. Number 1, don't let people know how much you got. And number 2, don't let people know your next move.
Yeah, 100%.
Number 3, never trust nobody. Your mom's set that ass up properly. Gassed up, hoodie to mask up. Shit for the fast buck. She be laying in the bushes to light that ass up. Is he basically saying don't even trust your mom?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, Biggie.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I thought he loved his mom in that movie at least.
He did, but can't trust her.
Can't trust that. Because I think she did throw out his drugs in the movie.
Oh, yeah?
Right? She found out he was selling drugs and she's like, threw out his crack or whatever.
I would never watch the movie. But
you never watched Notorious?
No.
You're against it?
I just I lived through it. Like I got to watch it like live while it was happening.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
The guy that plays him looks like him.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like
and the
him,
girl
too.
that plays Little Kim is kind of hot in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Number 5, never sell crack where you rest at. I don't care if they want an ounce, tell them to bounce. It's like, hey, get the fuck out of my house. Yeah, don't sell crack out of your house.
Yeah, I couldn't follow that one either. I never sold crack though.
Number 6, that goddamn credit debit. You think a crackhead paying you back? Shit, forget it.
Yeah, I didn't follow that one either. Yeah.
You gave people like
No,
on layaway?
never. I never did anything. I know I was saying.
Okay. Number 7, the rule is so underrated. Keep your family and business completely separated. Money and blood don't mix. Like 2 dicks and no bitch. Find yourself in a serious shit.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Don't mix. Even family, even friends sometimes is tough to mix business and friendship.
Well, I think a business is fine, but a crack empire, that could get messy. Because usually in a crack empire, you have to kill people. At least
Blood don't mix.
At least that's what we hear in the songs.
Like two dicks and no bitch. But in Me and My Bitch, Biggie with the most homophobic line. I mean, not homophobic, homo line ever. Pause line ever is when I first met you, my first thought was a trick. You look so good.
No, so you think I'm saying it? Is that what you
I'd
happening?
Suck on your daddy's dick. Pause. So yeah.
So that you pause. Okay, I see.
That one's a hard pause. That one's crazy, Biggie. Number 8. Never keep no weight on you. Them cats that squeeze your guns can hold jobs too. Okay, yeah.
That's true.
There's 2 more. Number 9 should have been number 1. That's how it is.
Number
Number
9
9
said?
Yeah, number 9 should have been number 1. To me, if you ain't getting bags, stay the fuck from police. If N-words think you snitching, ain't trying to listen. They be sitting in your kitchen wanting to start hitting. I don't really get that one. Why should that be number 1? Number 9 should have been number 1 to me. If you ain't getting bags, stay the fuck from police. If you ain't getting bags, stay the fuck from police.
Stay away from police if you're not making a lot of money.
So you should, okay.
Because if you are making a lot of money,
Because
you can
people
pay.
will think you're snitching, and they ain't trying to listen.
Yeah.
They've been sitting in your kitchen waiting to start hitting. I just don't understand why this one's so important because it seems like the most confusing one to me.
Oh, why it's so important? He was probably just trying to rhyme words and connect things.
Number 9 should have been number 1 to me. If you ain't getting bags, stay the fuck from police.
Yeah, like how
It barely rhymes, Biggie. Tupac would have made it better.
Wow.
Who do you think's better, Biggie or Tupac?
Me? Man. So I think Tupac I think Tupac is better as a person because you learn so much more from him, even watching his interviews, listening to his music.
Better actor.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then Biggie is just like he's a much better rapper. Like you can't argue that. He's much better.
What?
Like it's just he's much better. Like
what do you mean?
His
flow's better?
Yeah, even his style now is like the blueprint for all rappers, pretty much. Like it goes like in like a hierarchy, I think, in terms of skill, when skill levels jumped up, almost like a evolution theory. It's like Rakim. As soon as Rakim started doing things, everybody like jumped up, and as soon as Big started making his style, everything changed. Everybody's style changed. Everybody's style went this mathematical boom bap type of style because it was it was better. Like he showed that like, oh, you can do it this way, and you don't have to rhyme like a hey, what's going on? Hey, in the streets. And he changed it. He switched things around.
I have a tough time answering that question, but I just think Tupac has so much music that it's hard to like just catalog wise.
And yeah, it's like, hard. So
it's hard to say that Biggie's a better rapper because of just the amount of songs. If you stack them up one thing next to another, how many great songs do you love by Tupac? How many great songs do you love by Biggie? Yeah. Tupac's pile is going to be taller, but Biggie had a shorter time to do what he did. So
like, it's really they both had a short time when you think
they both had a short time, but Tupac was already famous when Biggie
came out.
Just came out.
Yeah.
Anyways, number 10, a strong word, called consignment, strictly for live men, not for freshmen. If you ain't got that clientele, say hell no, because they gon' want that money, rain, sleet, hail, or snow. They're going to want that money, rain, sleet, or snow.
Yeah, I've been through that. Yeah, definitely fucking.
Anyways, we got really sidetracked.
That's how people get.
Because we went from talking Mother Teresa to talking preachers to talking 10 commandments to talking 10 crack commandments. And
well, it's because Mother Teresa's a straight up gangster.
She was a gangster.
It all comes together.
She was a gangster. She was definitely a gangster. Let's put. Can I ask you to edit in one thing? Put the 10 crack commandments theme song behind this the instrumental behind a couple of these quotes from Mother Teresa. Is that okay? Can you do that? Can we finish the episode that way?
I guess so. Yeah.
I think that'll be fun. But
I don't know if we can do that though.
Why?
I don't know if we're allowed to do that. I know we'll get a strike. Well, we won't get a strike on YouTube, but
just the instrumental.
You can't. You won't be able to monetize it. And then on the audio version, I don't know what happens there.
The audio version will be fine. Just do it for the audio version. How about that?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what happens at that point. I think we're fine.
I think we're fine.
I
think we're fine. But before we do that,
we'll find out.
We will say overall thoughts on Mother Teresa today. I think, like I said before, her legacy is better than the work she did. She left a lot of great things. She inspired a lot of charity. Same way Gandhi inspired nonviolent movements. She inspired charitable movements, which have carried on. Which I don't know what people were doing for the poor before the 50s, but I think it wasn't like a big issue in the world. People weren't looking at it as something that rich people were going out to try and help.
Yeah.
So the money didn't end up in the right place for her thing specifically, but she inspired a great legacy that she left behind her.
Yeah. She's a wild card. She's just like Gandhi, because her legacy is pretty big, but
humanitarian wise, highly questionable.
I don't think it. I don't know if it. I guess it could outweigh that. I don't know if it outweighs. I don't know, because my thoughts on the Vatican. Because if it's $300 million to the Vatican, I'm like, oh man, why would you do that? That's horrible.
Yeah.
But whatever. Yeah, she did a lot of great things. The question though is there anybody protesting any statues of her?
Yeah, there's been so there's a couple of statues around the world, some in Europe, some I don't know if there's any in India, but there's some in America.
Yeah.
And in her actually hometown in Albania, there was a statue of her, and somebody knocked it over. But it was just vandals, it wasn't like a petition or anything. Some people decided to take it down. There is still statues.
Well, that's how it's been, right? That's how people do it.
Yeah, but I googled to look to see if there is any petitions or anything to take down her statues right now, and there's not really. I don't think she has a ton of monuments to her. It's more so people are just outcrying to say she shouldn't really be considered a saint. But if you want to argue to take her statue, you want to say, if there's some humanitarian things, I'm with you. I'll hear you out. But to say that she shouldn't be a saint is a little bit crazy, because what is a saint? A saint is somebody that rides for Catholicism.
100%.
She, good or bad, good, bad, or ugly, she fucking made the most Catholics. She made a ton of Catholics, and she made a ton of money. She probably was the biggest breadwinner of her time.
Yeah, in the movie Blow, she was like Johnny Depp.
She was. Yeah.
She brought that connect.
She wasn't the top dog, but she sold the most fucking Catholics.
She had the India connect. They're like, we can't get any Catholics out here. She was like, watch me, guys. They're like, you're Albanian. She's like, don't worry about all that. Don't watch that, dog. I got you. She lit her cigarette, rode off on her motorcycle.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I gotta show you the picture of her in her sunglasses. Anyways, we're gonna close this episode out with the 10 best quotes from Mother Teresa over the 10 crack commandments.
The Mother Teresa 10 crack commandments.
Hit it. Peace begins with a smile. If you judge people, you have no time to love them. There are no great things, only small things with great love. Happy are those. Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. If you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one.
And let the other 99 die.
Ooh. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. I wish some of these rhymed.
Right?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty dope.
If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. Let us always meet each other with a smile, for the smile is the beginning of love.
That's true. I like that.
Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has not come yet. We only have today. Let us begin. Boom, boom. Ding, 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 ding. And one last one, guys. Number 10, be faithful in small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. Word.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to be in the video version, but I was doing some mad hip-hop shit. Guys, thanks for listening to Pros and Conquerors, the bad boys of history. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell your friends. Argue with them over there. Should people be a saint? Are they statues? Come down, up, whatever. You know what I mean? We're figuring it out.
Whoa, that wasn't a sentence.
Okay.
You went wild there.
Should people be a saint? Should they have statues? Should we honor them? Should we dishonor them? Should we spit on their graves?
Fuck.
Should we rub their medallions on our tumors or what?
I definitely will say I would never spit on a grave, and I would definitely take one of those medallions. I would definitely have them, just in case, just in case.
I wonder how much they are. We'll look into it. We'll get back to you guys. Thanks for listening. Check us out next week. Peace.
Later, guys. Pros, Conquerors.